Hello dear students, here I am Dr. Amjad Ali, and in this video we are going to learn about the simple correlation. So let's start our detailed discussion. First, the definition of the correlation. Correlation, like covariance, is a measure of the degree to which any two variables vary together. So keep it in mind that correlation provides the degree of association, the degree of relationship between two variables, not more than two variables. Correlation always give the relationship between the two variables. Okay, in other words, two variables are said to be correlated if they tend to increase or decrease together. So keep in mind that when one variable increases, the other variable increases, and when the first variable increases, the second variable increases or decreases at the same time, and when the second increases or decreases, the first one is also increases or decreases. So this is called the correlation. Okay, the correlation is said to be direct or positive, the length of an iron bar will increase as the temperature increases, and if one variable tend to increase and the other variable tend to decrease, then we call it a negative or inverse correlation, that like the volume of gas will decrease as the pressure increases. So there are two main types of correlation: positive correlation and negative correlation. It is worth remarking that in correlation we assess the strength of the relationship, or you can call the interdependence. We call it a degree of association between the two variables. Both of the variables are random. So keep in mind, both variables are random here, and they are treated symmetrically. So there is no distinction between the independent and dependent variable, concept of independent and dependent variable in case of correlation. So keep in mind, every variable is independent and every variable is dependent variable in case of correlation. So there is no concept about the independence or dependence of the variable, because correlation provides the degree of association and degree of relationship between the variables. Okay, in regression, by contrast, we are interested in determining the dependence of one variable, that is random variable, upon the other variable, that is non-random variable or fixed. You can say that we are interested in regression case the dependence of one variable to the other variable, that we call it a independent variable. Okay, and in predicting the average value of dependent variable by using the unknown value of the other variable, so which we known as independent variable. Okay, in regression we must have a one dependent variable and one or two independent variable, but in correlation there is no distinction between the independent and dependent variable. Okay, one of the most famous method for finding the correlation is has been used, that is Pearson product movement correlation coefficient, and this is a numerical measure of strength in the linear relationship between any two variable. Is called the Pearson product movement correlation or total correlation method. Okay, keep it in mind that correlation can be found when two variables are linear. So in case of non-linear, we cannot apply the simple correlation method. So see here, the sample linear correlation coefficient for n pair of observation, xi, yi, usually denoted by the letter r, lowercase r or uppercase r. Some books are using lowercase r for the notation of correlation, and some books are use uppercase r. Okay, let's see the formula for the r. This is for r is equal to summation x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by x minus x bar whole square, and summation y minus y bar whole square. So keep in mind that the main difference of formula here is that both variables are in denominator, but in case of regression we have only independent variable in the denominator. Okay, for the population case we use the rho. Rho is equal to covariance of x y divided by variance of x and variance of y under root. So keep it in mind that here is also under root available. So this is for the population case and this is for the sample case. So we normally follow the sample case in our analysis. So there are some alternative formulas for the computation purpose of the correlation, that is summation that is r is equal to summation xy minus summation x summation y divided by n, and summation x square minus summation x whole square, and summation y square minus summation xy summation y whole square and under root. And the simplification of this formula is also this. So this is normally used, mostly used in different cases, and because here we have the direct summation or direct values for the computational purpose. Okay, next types of relationship. There are main two types or three types of relationship between when the correlation find the relationship between the variables. So first one, or more important than correlation, answer lies between -1 and +1. So keep it in mind that if correlation is we have to give the interpretation if correlation is +1 and -1, and if correlation is equal to 0, what does this mean? So see that if correlation outcome is +1, this indicates that perfect positive linear relationship between the two variables at xy, and if correlation outcome is -1, this indicates perfect negative relationship between the two variables. And but if correlation is equal to 0, this does not mean that there is no relationship, but normally correlation is equal to 0 comes when we have a non-linear relationship between the variables, and we are using this linear correlation linear formulas for this purpose. Then our regression, our correlation answer outcome is equal to 0. As correlation, keep it in mind that correlation method, this simple correlation method always measures the linear relationship between the variables, when in case of non-linear, then this formulation cannot be applied. Okay, relationship of correlation and coefficient of determination. So keep it in mind that correlation is denoted by r, either smaller lowercase or uppercase, and coefficient of determination is denoted by r square, either uppercase or lowercase. So what is the relationship between the correlation and coefficient of determination? So here we have a simple definition that the correlation coefficient is also the square root of the linear coefficient of r square. If you take the under root of r square, then the outcome is equal to the simple correlation. Okay, we have y hat is equal to y bar plus b into x minus x bar. We have this equation, and from this equation, if you minus y bar, and then this will be go to the equal other side, this will become y hat minus y bar is equal to b into x minus x bar, taking the square of the both side of the equation, and then this equation will become s, and then substituting into the ratio. For this, we have to divide this equation by summation y minus y bar square. So this is our total variation. When you divide this total variation into the left side of the of the formula, then this is equal to r square. Okay, see, if we simplify this formula, then our r square formula become as, okay, if you take the square root of this formula, then our simple correlation become as. So keep it in mind that when you take the square of the correlation, then it becomes coefficient of determination r square, and when you take the square root of the coefficient of determination, it becomes correlation. So there is a direct relationship between the correlation and coefficient of determination r square. Okay, let's see an empirical example of simple correlation here. Here we have to calculate the product movement coefficient of correlation between x and y from the following data. We have a data of x series, we have a data of y series, and we have a correlation formula here here that r is equal to summation x minus x bar and y minus y bar divided by x minus x bar square summation y minus y bar square, and the denominator has the under root also. Okay, now we make the necessary computation here that we have a x and we have a y. So see, here we have a x bar and y bar. So first of all we have to find the x bar and y bar mean value of x and y. So for this we have the x bar formula here. So summation x divided by n, here we have summation x divided by n, and we get x bar value, and here we have y bar formula, and from this we get the y bar value. This is the y bar, and now we have x bar and y bar, and if you subtract mean value of x from the x, then you get x minus x bar series, and when you subtract y minus y bar, then you get the y minus y bar series. So see, here we have x minus x bar series and y minus y bar series. So we have to for the further we have to multiply these series and get the sum of these series. So we multiply these series and get summation of this series is equal to, now we have to first get the square root of this square of this. So we get the square of this part, and summation y minus y bar or its summation is equal to 26. Okay, now we have to get the multiplication of this series and this series, this series and this series, and we get sum of this series is equal to 13. Now we put the these values, these required values into the R formula, and we get this, and this is our estimated correlation outcome. Okay, there is an alternative method which I have told you in the previous slides that there is an alternative method which is normally used by our student because its computational process is more easy than this one. So we have the correlation formula is summation x y summation x summation y divided by n, and the summation x square minus summation x, and n summation x and summation y whole square. Okay, now for the this formula we have to make necessary calculations. So for this we have a x series, we have a y series, and see here we have summation x and summation y, we get a summation x and summation y. Now we have to get summation x square and summation y square and summation x and y. So we get summation x square, summation y square, and summation x and y. Now we put these estimated summations into the formula of the correlation, and we get it, and we get 0.8 correlation. So here more important, the interpretation of this part is more important for us, that 0.8 explain that 80% variation in y is accounted by x, or you can say that 80% variation in x is accounted by y. So keep it in mind that here we have no distinction between the independent and dependent variable, so that's why we are saying that 80% variation in y is accounted by x, or 80% variation in x is accounted by y. So this is a very strong degree of relationship between the two variable x and y. So moreover, there is a positive relationship between these two x and y variables. So keep it in mind that higher the value of correlation near to 1, so this means that there is a strong correlation. So lower the value, this means weak correlation between between the variables. So this is at all about the simple correlation formulation as well as its empirical section. So see you with another video. Ciao.